Welcome back to Haslip Cycleworks. This episode I'm going to introduce you to a little different project. So before we get started, I just want to let you know how we acquired this. So neighbor down the street hit me up, said, "Hey Rob, I know you're into this sort of thing. I got this for free from a buddy at work, and I don't have the time to mess with it. Do you want it?" All right, I'll be right down. So I drug this little gem home. So what this is a Chinese made, I believe it's the Sun L brand, ATV 109. And what's that mean? Not much. These things get rebranded all the time, but basically they're the same thing. Some have different options, different plastics, whatever. What I want to do with it is I want to pull the little 110cc CVT motor out. So I went ahead and took the plastics off so I could get to the wiring, pull the battery out. It was trashed, so I have one just temporarily hooked up with a jump box. And I started going through some of the wiring, making sure everything looked good. And I just wanted to make sure that this 110cc runs, because we are going to pull it out of this chassis, and I have other plans for it. Carb is clogged, but that's not a big deal. You can get them on Amazon all day or eBay all day for 20 bucks. So let's see if it'll fire up. Label everything, and we're going to pull it out. I'm going to tuck this away somewhere in a box, keep it safe, and out of the way until we get ready to put this in the 110 in our other project. And it's looking kind of empty in there. Now, one thing that we do need to do is all these extra brackets and stuff, these engine mounts, which I was kind of surprised it was only 2 bolts holding the motor in. I guess that's enough on something this small. What I need to do is cut all these extra tabs off. And I definitely want to cut these motor mounts top and bottom off. And we can use those as either the mounts for the new project or templates for the new project. Well, my goal with this is I want something that I don't care if it's raining, I don't care if it's snowing, I don't care if it's the middle of summer. I want something that I can just jump on, hoon the crap out of, get it dirty. I don't care. I don't care if I bend it, I don't care if I break it. So this is going to be like our beater. So no fancy paint, no crazy motor parts, nothing like that. And speaking of motor, what are we going to cram into this thing? We took the 110 out. We got to power it with something, right? So, what are we going to power it with? You guessed it. That's right. We're going to be cramming a Hemi 212 Predator into our mini quad. She's getting a Hemi. I can already tell by looking at it that our gas tank's not going to work, which is fine because I still have the original gas tank from the mini quad. I think our exhaust and air filter box are going to be a problem too, which kind of sucks because I was hoping to get away as cheaply as possible on this build. We're either going to have to make or buy an engine plate for it, change the sprocket up. I thought I could probably go with the 420 chain, but the clutch I have and the spare chain that I have are all 35 series. So again, because it's budget, I don't want to put a whole lot into it. So we're going to run what we have, keep the cost down as much as possible. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the gas tank off and probably take the exhaust off too. I've got some parts left over from some other builds, and we could probably cobble together an exhaust header. The tank, the exhaust, and the air filter box taken off the 212, and kind of just slid the motor in between the frame rails just to see if it actually will fit. And it's going to look pretty good in there. I do want to slide it back as far as possible because there is still a swing arm, and we don't want our chain distance from here to the sprocket to be too far off so that we're not throwing the chain every time this thing bounces up and down. But that's how she's looking right now. I did go ahead and order the engine plate and a sprocket adapter. Hopefully that'll line up and that'll allow us to run different split sprockets, because I've got several of them, so we'll have a few to choose from. Get the gearing just right. So while we're waiting on that, I think that's as far as we can go in this episode on this build. So I'm going to call it here, guys. But that is our 212 mini quad. So until next time, get up, get out there, and do it.